Why does plucking your brows always make you want to sneeze? Hey everyone, my name is Lara and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you a few different ways on how to style your brows using a few different products such as pomades, pencils, gels, all that jazz. As you can see at the moment, I don't have anything on my brows. They are fully naked, as is the rest of my face. I used to have my brows microbladed. You can't really see anything anymore. There's a little bit of ink left, but nothing too crazy. It's more just the shape of the brow has been left. There's no hair strokes anymore. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below how you do your brows, what style is best for you, if you've ever styled your brows or if not, because I can't imagine not ever styling my brows. This is the one thing that I will do if I'm leaving the house. I can't go out just like this. Oh. Anyway, be sure to subscribe as well. Subscribe. It'll really help my channel grow as I am brand new. And let's just get into the video. As you can see with my brows, the arches right at the top are quite sparse. There is some hair there, but the bulk of my hair and the most noticeable of my brows falls down here, and it's pretty much the same as the other side. So you can see that my brow growth does come right up, but then it just tends to drop off, and it just makes them a bit uneven and sparse looking in those arch areas. That's why I got my brows tattooed in the first place, and also it's a million bajillion times quicker to get ready in the mornings without having to do your brows. But that's what this video is for. Anyway, you want to make sure any hairs are obviously plucked. Mine are not perfect at the moment. So on this brow, I think I'll show you how to get that full Instagram baddie looking brow using pomade. And this brow I'll go through just natural brow with a pencil, and then I'll show you how I like to do my brows personally every day. So with brow pomades, the easiest way to apply is obviously with a brush, but with a double-ended angled spoolie brush. This one is by XO Beauty and it's the Grima brush, and it's perfect for brows mimicking your little hair strokes because it is so thin. I don't know if I can show you. You can kind of get a gist of how thin it is there. So I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in dark brown. This has got to be like the OG brow pomade. There are obviously a lot of other great ones on the market, such as Benefit, but at the moment this is my personal favorite. And because I've had this brow pomade for a while, it's a little bit dry, so all I do is take a setting spray. This is just one by Models Prefer, which to be honest doesn't really do anything, but it's great for rehydrating products. And you see, just give it a spray, just kind of keep it a bit far. That's all you need, just to give it a little bit of rehydration. What we want to do is brush through with the spoolie end so that we get the hairs all neat and kind of in place to where they should be. So then dipping in to the pomade, what we're gonna do is starting from kind of the first third of the brow, I guess. I'm not starting straight from here because that could be a little bit too harsh looking. Just a little bit back, and then we'll kind of spread it out over there. Just start creating a baseline. And now this brow is perfect for this because, like I said, it was a little bit overwaxed underneath there. So the brow pomade is gonna fill that in for us. So doing it in little strokes is gonna give you the best outcome for a full brow like this, all the way to the end of the tail. And then, like I said, whatever's left on the brush, going back in at the start, ever so lightly. I'm seriously not applying much pressure here at all. Now, this next bit is entirely up to you. Depending how defined you do want your brows, you can start doing the same on the top, outlining the brow, or you can just skip this step and go straight on to the next step. But for the sake of the video, I am going to outline the top. And the same with the bottom. I'm starting back here because this is the most defined part I want. This is the most sparse my brow is. So we do want to focus a little bit more product in this area. We don't want to just start a solid line in the front of the brow, which if that's the look you're going for, then go for it, whatever. I don't care, be you. But that's not what I like to do. And if you're struggling to know where to curve your arch, all you have to do is use the brush in your eyes and nose to line it up. So the front of the brow, line up with the tip of your nose, the side, like the tip, side of the tip of your nose. And you can even mark a little line if you want to. So that's where my brow should begin. I was gonna say end. And then for the arch, go the very, very tip of your nose, through, looking forward, through the middle of your iris and pupil. And that is where your arch should be. And then corner of the nostril to the corner of the eye and mark. And then you can kind of see where the brow should start, curve, arch, and then end. And that will give you the proper measurements and shape of the brow for your personal face. Perfect. So back to it. Just taking some more of the pomade, and because like I said, I want to focus where the brow is the most sparse. It might be different for you, you know, just work out what's best for you. You want to start doing a few strokes. This is gonna all blend together, but for the moment, this is how we want to do it. So this is going to give you that really defined brow. You know, that perfect, I am absolutely freaking amazing at doing my makeup brow. All you bitches bow down. And making sure you bring it to a nice point. And just kind of keep going in where you think it's not full enough, and always just brush through. And the good thing about the brow pomades is that it does make the hairs kind of moldable and sit where they should sit. Which I'll still use a brow gel to do that, but it does make the job a lot easier. Dipping back in, I'm going to come to the front and just ever so slightly continue those hair strokes. as you can see, I didn't bring the line down to the front. That's because, in my opinion, it'll make the eyebrow too blocky and just not cute, like seriously. The brow will still be full, it'll still be defined, but the front will just be a little bit more natural and you'll look more like a human being. So my brow hairs don't come all the way in like this, and that's what the brow pomade's for. Just gonna use the pressure of the brush to create different hair-like strokes. You want some soft, some harder. Like so. And then if you do want to blend that in a bit, just use the spoolie. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a brow like this. I like. And then to be a bit extra, I'm going to use some brow gel. This is Brow Code by Melanie Maris. I think I'm saying her name right, on Instagram. She is like Australia's brow queen. I guess she's the answer, Australia's answer to, what's her freaking name? You know, the brow celebrity. I love her. I follow her on Instagram. Oh my god. What's her name? Kelly Baker. Oh, Kelly Baker Brows. Yeah, so she's like our version of that. But actually I think she did go over to LA and she did Desi Perkins's brows. She tinted them even though tinting's illegal in California for some weird reason. Yeah, so this one's a bit extra because it's bronzed. You can kind of see it's got some shimmer to it. Now I'm using this one because usually if I do a full brow like this, it'll be because I'm going out at night or something like that. I would usually use the matte brunette brow gel or a clear one, whatever, but why not just, you know, be a little bit extra. So this brow gel is gonna help keep all the hairs in place. And as you can see, my brows kind of need a little bit of a trim. So that's that brow done. So what I'm gonna do now is pretend that the rest of my makeup is on, and I'm gonna carve out the base of the brow. This will really help, to make the brow even more defined, which, you know, this was like the OG, was it 2015 brow? I find a lot of people are kind of shying away from this brow now. I used to wear brows like this all the time too, but not anymore. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape and another angled brush. This actually is by This is actually by Brow Code as well. This is the 124 brush, which I think, I thought maybe you could only get it if you're a beauty, like in the trade, but you might be able to buy it as a consumer, maybe. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer. And what we want to do is, instead of just plonking it straight under the brow, we're going to bring it down just a little bit so that we can blend it up and not make too many mistakes. Now, push up as you blend, and I'm literally just blending ever so softly. And I like to blend up to the top first to really carve out the brow. Oh, and also my elbow is leaning on the table while I do this. And now that I've blended that, that's when we can go back in and blend it down. And just be really gentle, because you don't want to be pulling your skin down, because we don't want droopy eyelids. nobody wants droopy eyelids. And some people do like to carve out the top and the tail. I'm not going to do that in this video, but there's one brow done. Pretty fancy, pretty nice, pretty good. It's nice, unusual, it's different. Anyone get that? All you Aussies will. Okay, onto this next brow. I am going to be using brow pencils, and for those I'm going to use a mixture because I only have 2 brows on my face of brow pencil, like a little, oh shit, it's broken. Don't worry, it's just a spoolie. That's really annoying. Yeah, that bit, that pencil. And so that's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and it's in the shade soft brown. And then for the rest of the brow, I'm going to use the Benefit Goof Proof pencil, and this one is pencil as well, but as you can see, it's a lot thicker and angled, making it literally goof proof. Usually I'd use the spoolie on this, but it's broken, so I'll use the spoolie on the other end. Almost went in the wrong brow. Okay, just brushing all the hairs up again. I am going to take my Brow Wiz and kind of do the same thing again that I did on the other side, just outlining the base of the brow. This is my thicker brow, so I don't need to like overline or anything like that. I just purely follow the actual brow shape. And then slightly bring it in. Then basically same thing again up the top. Really lightly though, like feather-like strokes. If you can hear construction noises, it's because I live in a new estate area and there's still a shitload of houses that need to be built. So you're just gonna have to put up with it, sorry. Now, with pencil brows, you can either just go through, make the feather-like strokes just with this pencil, or you can use the other type of pencil, the Goof Proof pencil as well. And what I like to do if I do this is I'll bring the Goof Proof into the arch because again, that's my sparse area. And then I will do feather strokes in the front of the brow. And there's the banging again. Okay, so taking the Goof Proof, I'm just lightly shading in the brow. And this is where you can kind of just do your thing, you know, you can press a bit harder to make the brow more defined and darker, or you can just lightly shade just where your bald patches are, or your sparse patches, and it just creates a softer look to the brow. Almost had a mind blank then. Like you can still see the hairs, but it's still filled in. So then I'll take it to the front again, not the very front, more like the middle. I never really fill in just here because that is where the bulk of my hairs are, so it doesn't really need it. If I was to do it, it would still be uneven because the colouring and all that jazz. I said it again. Anyway, taking the Brow Wiz now, and I'm going to just start pushing upwards, literally holding the pencil like this, and just start from the baseline, push, 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 push. And the more I get to the front of the brow, the lighter and varied hair strokes I'm gonna do. So this area needs like hairs drawn in. And if it looks too patchy and messy and weird, just brush through with your spoolie. And then you can still see that line where I measured before. Just take some makeup remover and a cotton bud and remove. Mind you, it only works if you don't have any makeup on already. Now my brows are very close together. Just remove a little bit because we don't want a monobrow. So I won't carve out this brow because this is meant to be a bit more natural brow. It's still quite defined, but definitely not as much as this one. You can see this one's a lot more solid, more defined. This one's just a bit more casual Saturday. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I personally do my brows these days. Both of these of what you've seen is how I have done my brows in the past, but now I've kind of switched up a little bit and I go a bit more messy, which would have killed me back in the day having messy brows, but bear with me. Okay, so I have, been through years of doing horrible brows. Exhibit A. And yeah, so it's taken me a while to actually figure out how I like to do my brows. This one I used to love doing every day, and that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you still like doing that, then that's great too. But I have been embracing the more casual brow lately and have been absolutely loving it, and it takes me nowhere near as long to do. First of all, I take a brow gel first. Yes, that's right, you heard, a brow gel first, because my brow hairs always fall down. Like, they're just my struggle, my eternal life struggle is keeping those hairs up in the freaking arches. So if I use a brow gel first, this is just a clear one, this is just from MAC, the brows will stay in place for when I fill them in, and then I can fill them in the right spots, so when the brows fall down, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so all I do, I used to also just brush all the hairs up, and there's only a few brow gels that do that, and like soap and stuff, but at the moment I don't have any of it. So I kind of just brush them in the direction of all the hair growth. So the front of the brow, all the hairs grow up. But as you come to the middle, they don't want to do that. So I kind of just lightly brush through them, and it kind of reveals where the hairs do want to sit and where the direction of growth. And the same with the tails, they grow on a diagonal. So as you can see, that's just clear brow gel. Brows are in place to sit there and ready for us to fill in. So now I go in with my brow pomade. I use it to fill in my brows with hair-like strokes. So I always start at the front of the brow, which is totally different again, and taking my angled brush, instead of pointing it like that way, turn it upside down and come in with it, and that kind of gives you the good pressure point to give you that nice hair flick. Go straight on with the brush and literally put the most pressure down on the base of the brow and just flick up. And it all depends on how thin your brush is as well. That's why I recommend this XO Beauty brow groomer brush, I think it's called. And that way the hair strokes come into the brow as well and just make it look a bit more messy, more casual, like you didn't spend any time doing this. And then the other good thing about putting the brow gel down is that when you do flick the product onto the hair, it's going to make them stick even more because they're so pliable and sticky. to finish that off, I take a coloured brow gel. In this case, I only have my Revlon Brow Fantasy brow thing. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. I don't even use the pencil side of it, but it's all I have at the moment. I usually use Benefit Gimme Brow, but prices are going up in Australia. I don't know about everywhere else, so that's nice. Yeah, so even though there's already brow gel, this will just add colour to the hairs to make the hairs stand out a little bit more and add the hairs into the arch. And there you have it. That is 3 different ways on how to do your brows, and my personal favourite way as well. I hope that you learnt something new here. Also basically just how I do them. Yeah, there's not much more to say other than please subscribe. That would be amazing if you want to see more quality content like this from me in the future. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did like this tutorial. It will really help my channel to grow, I guess, which is amazing. Let more wonderful beauties like you to see my videos. Also, comment down below which style of brow you like better, like what you would opt to do. Even let me know if you do your brows differently and how you like to do them, because you know, we can all share tips and tricks here together. It's a safe space. And I will see you next time.